Through research, and especially through SPECT scanning, we show that it's a brain problem because we actually see that there's areas that are overactive or underactive. You get this rush of adrenaline, so he gets that high, that whether it's masturbation or whatever it is that gets him to that point. But then you have this, just say like cocaine, after it's over though, you'll see this decreased blood flow again to the prefrontal cortex. This is a scan of a sex addict brain, an 18-year-old sex addict brain. And we compare that to a normal brain, and at the naked eye, we can tell this is not normal. Now, if we compare that to someone who has cocaine addiction, this is a person who has cocaine addiction. As you can tell, in the prefrontal cortex and the parietal lobe, they're very similar, although you don't see the top part of this brain. The scalloping is about the same if we looked at this sagittally. The prefrontal cortex, for lack of a better word, is our CEO. It really controls every other aspects of the brain. So the whole front part of our brain, this is what makes us human in general. Usually in sexual addiction, there's some low activation here. Our CEO drops off, we don't make good decisions. Normally in naked eye, you can tell that this is not particularly normal or healthy. This person's just not using as much brain because they're used to using the sex and other things to make their brain active. So the excitement of pornography. So we'll see a lot of the same deactivation from cocaine and sexual addiction. You can tell again from someone who's a normal brain, we obviously don't see that degree of scalloping. It takes over the mind. Low activation of prefrontal cortex, bad decisions, impulsivity.
Stop it, you love Jesus, now stop it. We've got to get him what? Detoxed, because it's changed the structure of his brain. Can his brain be returned to health? Yes, in about 2 or 3 years, but it's going to take structure for him and accountability that's going to help him. Here's what a gentleman's brain looks like who's been on internet pornography. He's looking down on the top of his brain. What should it look like? It should be as smooth as a billiard ball. Now, the right picture is what's powerful. That's looking up at the bottom of the brain. The prefrontal cortex is the top of the picture. Notice the massive amount of holes there. Is he going to be able to stop his behavior by trying harder? No, he can't. He can't. There's clinical evidence. He can't. Now, we were saying, well, it's just a moral problem. It's a moral choice. He's lost the ability to make a choice. That's the strategy. That's the power of sexual bondage. It promises you everything, gives you absolutely nothing. It sets you up for total destruction. Well, what are we saying? That someone is just not responsible for their behavior? Of course they're responsible for their behavior. Sexual bondage equals sin, equals to bondage even deeper.